Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we found the bodies of the priests. They suffered quite the tragic end. They wound up in the basement in a room that could only be opened from the outside. So they went in there hoping that someone would be back later to let them out, and that someone never arrived. And so they all just starved to death in the dark. It was an incredibly tragic way for them to go. Now, we did also meet a ghost of one of the former priests, and they revealed in a vision that this someone who was supposed to come back later was dear old Wirtan here. He has been lying to us. He told us when we first arrived here, he told us, I kind of knew the priests, I would make deliveries to the temple, but I didn't really know anyone. But in that vision, he was the one leading the priests down here saying, don't worry, I'll come back and get you out. And he never did. Now, we don't know his intentions. We don't know his intentions for why he never returned. He might have been malicious, like he never had any intention of coming back and releasing them, or something might have happened. You know, he might have been waylaid, or the way might have been barred. Like, we don't know if it was something malicious or a genuine mistake why he never came back to release the priest. But either way, he's up to his neck in it and he has been lying to us. So we are absolutely going to have a chat with him about that. However, before we do, I found something. So I was looking at, my quest journal, encyclopedia, all of this. And I had a look at our biography. Now, most of this is stuff that has happened during the game. So, falling ill on the caravan and going off with Kalisha, and seeing the ritual, arriving in Gilded Vale and meeting Aloth, meeting Adir. All of this is stuff that has happened in-game. However, this bit is stuff that happened before the game started, and it matches up so well with the backstory I created for Ximena, and I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked at how well it matches up. I presume this has to be because of how we responded to Kalisha, in which case I'm so glad. I'm so glad I picked the things I did. It's a rare thing for you to stay anywhere for any length of time. You've passed from town to town, moving on when it suits you. The open road, the closest thing you've had to a home. Though originally from Old Valia, the lifestyle of a swindler has prevented you from being able to stay in one place. But there are people in the world who will pursue a cheater to their dying day, and you so happen to victimize such a person. Flight to a faraway land seemed the wisest course of action. Gilded Vale is merely a gateway for you to a new life in which you build your fortune, and you expect that you may not stay there for a long term. This, as I said, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in either episode 1 or episode 2, the episode where we spoke about our past with Kalisha, and I did not look up the options for backstories in this game. I had a really strong idea for Ximena, and I was kind of like, whatever happens, I'll make it work. But the fact that they have gelled up so well, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. It fits so well with what I came up with for Ximena. I absolutely love that. I love that so much.
Hey there.
Now then.
How do you do?
Wirtan smiles nervously as you approach. Think I've sorted out the worst of it. Arm's hurting a little less. He hesitates. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? His eyes dart constantly about the ruins. You lied to me, honest. Hand over the bundle of remains, stoic. Something you're nervous about. You'll have to separate them out yourself. It's a bit of a mess. Is that clever? That seems, that doesn't seem clever to me. That just seems messed up. I did. Here they are, as you asked for. Not yet. I'll be back. I'm drawn to this. And I could also go with that. You lied to me. It's the fact that this says honest. That's what deters me from picking this. Because I don't view Ximena as being honest. She might become honest. But I don't see her as being particularly honest right now. I kind of like the idea of like, oh, is there something you're nervous about? In a kind of almost like a predatory way. Are you nervous about something? Tell me. Tell me. Like, I like that. Something you're nervous about. No, of course not. Just never good to linger around these places, that's all. Wirtan gives you a searching look. Did you find anything? Okay. No. Oh. As I said, this just seems a bit messed up. Like, you'll have to separate them out yourself. It's a bit of a mess. This doesn't read as clever to me. I think Ximena is saying this almost with annoyance because she didn't catch him out in his lie. She's really good at picking up on lies and she didn't catch him out. You lied to me. Oh, might. What? Wirtan grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. The risk involved, is that what you mean? I did say there'd be spiders, and I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. Resolve, you and I both know what I saw down there and what they told me. Might, which we do not meet, but I wonder what that would be. Just like punch him to get the truth. Perception, you're very nervous for an honest man. Something weighing on your conscience, maybe. Fine, give me the payment. I do see Ximena as being nosy. How do I put this? Ximena is... Everything Ximena does is for money. Damn near everything Ximena does is for money or to further her own survival, to further her lifestyle, all of that stuff. I think she's thinking, if I confront him on this, he might pay me blackmail money. If I push him on this, like whatever he was going to pay me, he might add on some extra because I now have dirt on him. And he's clearly feeling something about this. He's clearly feeling something about this because he's trying to cover it up. He's trying to hide it. And if he's trying to hide it, that means there's blackmail. And I can get money for that. What they told me, that makes us sound crazy. Because there would be no one alive down there. Yeah, I like this. I'm pretty sure it was Perception. Was it Perception? In the opening, where Ximena was like, oh, if you kill him, you're killing yourself. And she went through step by step. Oh, if you want to kill him quickly, you're going to have to do this, which opens you up, which gives me time to do this. And none of your men are in a decent enough position to stop me. I think that was Perception. Yeah, I like this. You're very nervous for an honest man. Something weighing on your conscience, maybe. Wirtan opens his mouth to protest, but something in your expression stops him. He swallows nervously and looks away. His voice when he speaks is small. How could you betray them? They trusted you. The place is full of shadows, spirits of those you killed. Attack! You don't deserve to live another day! Aggressive, gilded veil, minor negative. We're not going to attack him. We're not going to attack him. I think I'm going to go with number 2. Ximena is nosy and she's trying to blackmail this guy. I don't think this to me, oh, how could you betray them? They trusted you. To me, this sounds like I'm personally offended by your behavior. Ximena isn't. Ximena isn't personally offended. That place is full of shadows, spirits of those you killed. That's not... He eyes you fearfully. I didn't kill them. Right up until the end, You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day, every single day, I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Radric wouldn't be patient forever. Oh, hello. And every time they'd shrug it off, like I didn't know what I was talking about, like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. What happened? You worked for Radric, so you killed them because they wouldn't listen. Again, we don't... He put them in that room, but we don't know what his intentions were. We don't know if he put them in that room because, oh yeah, this is the quickest way to deal with them, or if he did intend, oh yeah, I'll come back to them and then something happened. You worked for Radric. Wirtan gives a bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in there. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave, they ignored. The Rectrix, she said they'd be reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter. He grimaces. So she got what she wanted. Her martyrdom. Radric ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide, at least. That they have that vault, full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of the Deerwood, back to Adir. But when I told the men that the priest had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. Wirtan shakes his head. There was nothing I could do. Ooh. Adir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organise a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. They were some of the last decent folk left in this hole. Now all we got left is people like you. You could have spoken up, told Radric the truth, diplomatic. Why did you send me down there? Seems like those priests brought it on themselves, cruel. You worthless bastard, you abandoned them to save your own skin. Ximena would do exactly the same. Ximena would absolutely do the same. Told the truth. Ximena isn't exactly one for the truth. I also, again, I don't view her as particularly cruel. I don't think she'd be saying, oh, they brought it on themselves. I do, in a way, I think she might think something along those lines. Because again, Ximena isn't particularly religious. She believes in the gods, but she's not a devotee. You know, if she's being told, A, the local lord is getting real antsy, he's talking about maybe killing you guys, you need to leave, Ximena is going to say, fuck the temple, I'm out of here. But I think she can also see that, well, yeah, but they're priests. They're priests and they're not going to abandon their temple. They're not going to abandon their god. I might think that's daft, but, you know, that's what they're going to do. I don't think she'd go so far as to be like, oh, well, they brought it on themselves then. She might think, oh, well, that's a bit daft. You know, if someone's coming and telling you that you're going to die and you're like, oh, no, it'll be oh, shit, that is actually happening. Like, that's a wee bit daft, but I don't think she'd go so far as to be, like, spouting off on that. Why did you send me down there? Let's be honest, if we weren't a watcher, we wouldn't have figured that out. Because we wouldn't have been able to speak to the ghosts. Here's the thing, I kind of have to go with this. Because she's not going to have a go at someone for not telling the truth when she never tells the truth. She wouldn't say this. She might think something along those lines, but she wouldn't say it. And again, you worthless bastard, you abandoned them to save your own skin. What about the caravan you were just on? Fuck those guys. My life is more meaningful to me. Fuck those guys. Like, this is very hypocritical for what she's just done. So yeah, I have to go with this. Why did you send me down there? Because if Lord Radric means to have the temple cleared, they would have found the bones, eventually. They'd know I lied to them when I said the priest left, and I'd hang. Wirtan's shoulders sag. I don't know if Radric would have killed them. Maybe they'd be languishing in cells now. Maybe they'd be off somewhere in the Empire and I'd have a night's peace. I told you the way of it, Wirtan says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. It's not too late to make amends, benevolent. If I ever see you in Gilded Vale again, you're a dead man, aggressive. Aethus, requirement not met. You're a coward, Wirtan, but that's no crime. Give me my money and get out of my face. Attack, you've escaped justice for a long time, but not today. Gilded Vale, minor negative. I just want the money you promised. The rest is your own business. I'm kind of drawn to this. I just want the money. I'm drawn to this one, but that's because I generally speaking, I tend to play good characters. Not all the time. Jesus Christ, there are some characters who I'm like, oh, you evil bitch. You evil bitch, why are you doing this? Why are you making me do this? But like, generally speaking, most of my characters are, at the very least, good leaning. So my instinct is, oh, well, it's not too late to make amends. But Ximena is not. She's not like that. She's like, yo, give me the money. Give me the money. You know, I was asking you those questions because, one, I was hoping I could blackmail you, but two, I am a nosy bitch. I am a nosy bitch. Like, I like to know what's going on. But beyond that, like, I just want some money, please. Can I just have the money? I just want the money you promised. The rest is your own business. You... what? Wirtan? Blackmail! Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Focus, Callista. You... what? Wirtan looks stunned, briefly, before he shakes himself into action. Of course, here. Wirtan takes a coin purse from his belt and shoves it at you. As promised, you have gained 200 copper, you have lost an item, dead priest bones. Yeah, we gave him the bones, you do whatever you want with them, give me the money, and now give me some more money. I love that we can blackmail this guy. It's exactly what I wanted Ximena to do, and the game is providing me this option. I love it. You want this to stay between us? You better reach deep into your pockets. Wirtan shoots you a resentful look, but he searches what pockets he has and hands you another lighter purse. That's all I have. Please, don't tell anyone. I'll bury them, like I said. He takes up the grisly bundle of remains before taking off at a run. You gain 50 copper. That's not much of a run. Oh, yes. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy that we were able to blackmail. Mm-hmm. That's such a messed up thing to say, but it's true. Oh, that's made my day, that has. That has actually made my day. Now, yeah, we're looking a wee bit messed up. So, we're gonna head to the inn. We're gonna sleep. And then the plan is what I said it was last time. We're gonna head back up north, check out their cave, go get the thing on that ledge, and then we're gonna start heading for Cadnua. You know, Ximena's having seizures while she sleeps. She wants to get that sorted.
Hail and well met.
I'd like a room, please. Certainly, you're always welcome. Thank you, Pasca. Yeah, again, we're not spending any money. We just got 250 coppers, but Ximena wants to hoard her wealth. That's just who she is. Now then. Oh, and it's daytime. It's nice and bright out. Perfect time for adventuring. Can we actually see what time it is? Because there is like an in-game clock. I just don't know where that would be. That's the map. I'm like under character maybe? No, I don't think so. Okay. So I don't know if it's morning, lunchtime, evening, but it's light out. It's light out. Yes, to the Valewood. Now then, first things first. Let's see what was up that ledge. Where were you? You were somewhere over here, right there. These aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. We will use a grappling hook. You give the grappling hook a few swings for momentum and let fly, and the hook lodges easily behind a pile of stones at the upper edge of the wall. A few tugs on the rope suggest that it will stay put. You will climb to the top. With the help of the rope, you make your way up the face of the wall and over the side. Okie doke. Now, okay, a couple of things. Ooh, another campfire, thank you. A scrawled letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beasts encircling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life, I shall be a trapper of wolves. Oh. Fulvano's gloves. Dexterity +2. Don't mind if I do. Though never as famed as he would claim, the Valian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he travelled by foot to gain a local's appreciation for the sights, sounds, and smells of the lands he passed through. In practice, however, Fulvano often claimed that his explorations proved only that the world outside of the Valian republics was a foul, smelly place that paled in comparison to his homeland. These gloves are said to have belonged to Fulvano, who often found himself in need of some protection as he climbed harsh terrain or manoeuvred through forests. While thick enough to provide some warmth, they are meant first and foremost to be flexible enough not to hinder delicate tasks or... 1. More dexterity, always good for a rogue, but also... They belong to a Valian explorer who said, oh, none of these countries are as good as my homeland. I'm like, Ximena could get behind this. Ximena could absolutely get behind this. And before I forget, you are all coming with me now then. There you go. Put on them gloves. Lovely jubbly. And is that everything? Maybe let's,
Laying low.
let's sneak. Just in case there's anything hidden. I'm so sorry for stepping over your corpse. Okay, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything hidden. Okay, let's hop on down. From the edge of the wall, you can see an old cobblestone road turning south and the patchy trees of the Valewood. Your grappling hook and rope are still here, allowing for a relatively easy descent. We shall climb down. You swing yourself over the side and pick your way back down to ground level. I'm thinking, can we retrieve? No, we can't retrieve the grappling hook. Okay.
Hey there.
So we'll have to buy another one. If we come across another wall. Now then, come along. Quick sticks. Quick sticks. Back up to Bear Cave. Also, did I ever try going out this way? Okay, this doesn't lead anywhere. Okie doke. I was like, for a minute then I was like, how do we get to Cadnua? Okay, I would presume through... No, through Magran's Fork. You can see the path. Okay, okay. But yeah, I think the reason why Ximena is doing this, you know, so we learned about the guy who was killed by the bear. You know, I think Ximena is hoping the bear might be out hunting. The bear might be out, in which case that guy's body is still there, and he might have loot. And loot is always very much appreciated.
I shall be discreet.
Well, I'm hearing something. Hello? Is there... Okay, so there is a bear. There is a bear. Right, okay.
Yeah?
My dear. Okay, it is not... It's not in range.
Hey.
Adia, I'm thinking you go there. The bear hasn't noticed us.
Yeah? Sure.
Okay. Oh, no. Adia. Go and meet it. Ximena, start running away. Start running away. That's it.
Yeah!
Come on, people. Come on, big numbers. Big numbers. Oh dear, he hit hard. He hit hard just then. Can you...
Hey.
Again, try knocking it on its arse again.
Yeah?
Just come on. Ooh, okay. That was close. That was close with the deer then, but we did it. We did it. And we get its pelt. We might be able to sell that for some gold. Now, hello.
Nice and quiet.
I'm gonna get to you in a minute. However, again, we have to search the place. There could be hidden loot. I don't know why a bear would have hidden loot, but you never know. I mean, there's like a campfire over here.
And what do we have here?
We have hidden loot, which is very much appreciated. Scroll of Tanglefoot, some lockpicks, and some copper. Thank you. Mice crawl through eye sockets and over femurs. Ooh.
Hey there.
That is, that doesn't sound pleasant. That does not sound pleasant.
Sure.
Anything hiding in the bone pile? Doesn't look like it. Okie doke. Okie doke then. Hello, my dear. A figure drifts, suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. We shall reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you've been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder, echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there is a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the spectre lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I met him on the road, your friend, clergyman, requirement not met. You were betrayed, only a fool couldn't see it coming. Your dead spirit, there's nothing for you here. Ooh. It's between 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Okay, so again, I think Ximena would feel weird talking to spirits, but as I was saying before, she is a nosy bitch. She is a nosy bitch, and again, her blackmail senses are tingling. Her blackmail senses are tingling. And if this guy could tell us something that is incriminating, we could use that. I met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you again. No, Ximena does not. Ximena does not care about that. She's just like, another person to blackmail. Aha! You're dead, spirit. There's nothing for you here. The spirit roils with thwarted anger and grief. Sorrow seems to seep into the very air of the cavern. The spirit dims and fades until you are alone once more. Oh, vengeance from the grave. Okay, that is a cool name for a quest. Confront Nonton. Yeah. I remember Nonton said... Yeah, I'm like, you're not lootable. Okay.
Hey there.
Nonton said that his friend rushed off. And he ran into the cave first. But from that flashback, no, Nonton went into the cave. Nonton went into the cave and, what was he called? Pearly? I think he was called Pearly. Pearly followed after him. And then Nonton betrayed him. Ooh. The drama. The potential blackmail. How long has Ximena been in this country? Like a week? And already she's blackmailed one person and is attempting to blackmail a second. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now then, Ingrid's house was... I want to say it was that one. Yes. Yes, it was. Okay, come along. Come along, Ximena. Move those legs. There is blackmail material. No, and they are still there. Hello. Yeah, we took everything from your house. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello again, Ingrid smiles. I hope Gilded Vale has been kind to you. She's so welcoming and kind, and we're just like, blackmail. I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nonton. The colour drains from Nonton's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. There goes my timer. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Nonton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearly's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nonton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearly's last moments as he lived them. I saw you cut him with the knife. This makes us sound crazy. Like, the whole point of blackmail is like, I have evidence that you've been doing stuff. If he learns that our evidence is a vision, we can't do anything with that. Resolve. Stop. I have no patience for cowards and liars. Passionate. Why did you do it? He was your friend. Diplomat. I don't think she cares that he was his friend. Ximena doesn't care about that. I think... Oh... In so many ways, Ximena is a coward and she is most certainly a liar. She is most certainly a liar. However, I think... Here's the thing. Ximena absolutely prioritizes her own safety. You know, if she can run from a fight, she will. However, as we have seen, you know, after the caravan incident, after Kalisha and Hayden were killed, Ximena was fighting on her own. She wasn't shying away from battles. I think Ximena is a coward in terms of, like, if she can run, she will. But if she can't, she will fight to the death. So I don't know where that puts her on the cowardice scale. And as for lies, I think maybe she means bad liars. I have no patience for bad liars. Like, we figured out that he was lying very quickly. Admittedly, that is because we can talk to ghosts, but... You know, that... Semantics. Yeah, I think that's how Ximena means it. Like, you told a bad lie. I was able to figure it out really quickly. Isn't it because you spoke to a ghost? Shut up. Stop. I have no patience for cowards and liars. Nonton flinches but meets your gaze. After a moment, he sets his jaw and nods. Fine. I confess it. I did it. I saw to it that he'd never leave that cave. His hand falls to his sword belt, and I do it again. Naunton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but it isn't what you think. Pearly, he was your husband? I think I missed that the first go-around. Okay. Pearly, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Naunton, we met and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up. You could have it, if only you'll let us go. Sounds fair enough. Hand it over. No, whatever your reasons, you caused a man's death. I'm taking this to the magistrate. Honest. Attack. Pearly doesn't get a second chance. You two don't deserve one either. Aggressive. Keep the money. Use it to start your new life. Benevolent. I don't need your coin. Go. Get out of my sight. The fact that he was a wife beater, does that change anything? I mean, it changes things in that Ximena is like, damn, I didn't spit on his corpse. I missed the chance to spit on a wife beater's corpse. Damn it, like that. Really, that's the only thing this changes. We have no proof. We can't take it to the magistrate, and quite frankly, I don't think Ximena would care to. And she's not so empathetic that she's like, oh, take the money. She's like, oh, Pearly was a dick, and I'm sad I didn't spit on his corpse, but I would like the money. I would like the money, please. It sounds fair enough. Hand it over. Ingrid sags with relief. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. She fumbles through one of their bags and withdraws a heavy coin purse, which she hands to you. For your compassion. You have gained 50 copper. Let's go, Naunton. We've a long way ahead of us. And away they go, off to start a new life. Hey, Ximena will wish them luck, you know. It's good that you're getting away from a wife beater. In many ways, I think she'd approve. You know, he was a wife beater, she couldn't escape. You know, they kind of felt our only option here is to kill him. Like, fair play, he was scum. But that doesn't suddenly soften her heart to the point where she's like, keep the money. Go, be free, you two crazy lovebirds. She's like, okay, this is very sad. I'm glad you've gotten rid of him. Pay me, thank you. Now then, I am over time for this episode, so I'm going to bring it to a close right here. In the next one, we're going to start trying to make our way to Cadnul, which I believe means heading south to Magran's Fork. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K and Christopher K. Davis. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.